hit the top of the stairs and felt the whole morning lift underneath me. Chest up, shoulders back, the stride changing gear without being asked. The body already running at a frequency the morning hadn't officially unlocked. Like something under the floor of the ordinary day had been switched too high, and the switch had happened between the kitchen and the landing, quietly, without ceremony. The particular feeling that the day is more room in it than you'd planned for, that you've got more speed than the schedule requires, and nowhere to put the excess. Some mornings the ceiling is low, everything fits, nothing overflows. The day measured inadequate and running at exactly the agreed capacity. And some mornings the ceiling is simply not there, and the energy goes up into a height you hadn't budgeted for, hadn't built the day to contain. And you move through those mornings at a different altitude. The ordinary tasks done at a pace they didn't ask for, finished early. The particular quality of the morning that runs faster than the clock. And the morning running faster than the clock. The ceiling gone is the whole particular altitude of the already flying day. The stairs were just stairs, nothing planned, no intention. And somewhere between the bottom step and the landing, the altitude changed. The body reporting a different reading than the one it started with. An upward pressure under everything, a lift that wasn't asked for. And the day receiving a body already at altitude revised its own ceiling upward. The ordinary schedule finding it had more headroom than it thought, and the headroom expanding to fit the energy already filling it. And the headroom expanding to fit the energy already filling it. Is the whole day getting bigger in real time to match the altitude of the body in it. Stayed at altitude through every hour, the lift not requiring maintenance. The morning's high ceiling holding the speed not requiring explanation. Everything ordinary done at the particular frequency of the unlocked day. And me already flying before I decided to take off. The day had more ceiling than the planet. I used every meter of it just up to speed up. The ordinary task done at the wrong altitude. Too high for the schedule, too fast for the plan. No floor under anything, just the particular lift of the morning that came in already switched to high. Some days the energy arrives before you ask for it, before you've earned it. Just turns up at altitude and takes the ceiling off the whole morning. And you ride it all the way through, all the way up. The particular freedom of the day that's already flying before you've chosen to. was something deeper than usual. Ever since delivering it again, setting the ordinary day doesn't run at like someone had found a dial on the back of the morning and turned it past 11. And the world running at this volume was enormous and specific and loud. And I was loud inside, matching it, turned up to meet it. Some days the signal is low, everything comes in a little muffled. The coffee addict with the music playing, the street, just a street. Each sensation doing its job without exceeding the brief. And the day runs clean and functional at the agreed upon frequency. And some days the gain is simply higher, the sensitivity wider, and the same coffee and the same music and the same street coming at a volume that makes you stop and actually notice them. And stopping to actually notice them, the world at full gain, is the whole particular gift of the turned up morning. Walk through the turned up morning, taking in every frequency. The particular go to the light on a specific wall at a specific time. The sound of the city doing its morning in layers, each layer audible. The cold air sharpening everything it touched on the way to my skin. All of it arriving at the high game setting, all of it too good to half notice. I wasn't looking for any of it. The morning just had the dial turned, and the turned up world delivered itself at the full particular volume. Every sense running hot, every sensation landing at its maximum available depth. I put it in the park for 10 minutes, the world still at full volume. A pigeon doing something very committed with a chip on the path. Two people in an argument that resolved in laughter in under a minute. The light moving across the ground as the cloud moved across the light. All of it specific, all of it loud, all of it unreasonably good. The particular quality of the turned up morning, making everything it touched more itself, more vivid, more audible, more present, more worth the attention it was getting. And more worth the attention it was getting. The world more itself than usual is the whole turned up morning, doing its most generous and loud work. The dial stayed up all morning, no roll off, no return to the usual game. Every hour is vivid as the first, every sensation still arriving at depth. The ordinary world running at the extraordinary volume it always had available, and me in it turned up to match, receiving it all at the full. The world at full volume all day, and I caught every frequency of it. Coffee, light, music, cold air, the pigeon, the laughter, the cloud, each one arriving at the gain. The turned up morning had unlocked for the day. The ordinary world running at the extraordinary volume it doesn't always offer. I can't make the dial turn, it turns when it turns, which isn't every morning. But when it turns, I'm done missing it, done half noticing the full volume world. I'm walking through of the things already done. And the accumulated forward pressure of the things already done is the whole self-sustaining engine of the chain day. Start one thing and the rest follow. By the third task, I stopped choosing to do things and started just doing them. The choice removed by the momentum, the question what next answered before it formed, because the chain was running and the chain supplies its own answer. The next thing, the obvious next thing, the thing the chain points at, and all of it happening at the speed the chain had been building to. The whole morning a single sustained drive, no cold restarts, no full stops, just the forward pressure of each thing passing the baton cleanly to the next. And each thing passing the baton cleanly to the next. No cold restarts as the chain at full speed, the momentum self-sustaining and pulling the whole day forward. The chain ran unbroken all the way to mine afternoon, which doesn't always happen, and I rode it the whole way without slowing to check if it was working, because checking breaks the chain, and the chain was clearly working. And the day at my afternoon further along than any plan had scheduled it. The chain ran all morning and by noon the day had done itself. Not by effort, not by discipline, not by the white knuckle push through each task, but by the particular forward pressure of each thing heading speed to the next. The chain day doing what the grind day can, build its own engine and sustain it. You don't manufacture momentum, you catch it when it shows up. Get the chain started, connect the first thing to the second, and then get out of the way, because once the chain is running, it doesn't need you to push it, just needs you not to break it, and the day then runs itself at speed to the end. Everything I reached for today was exactly where I needed it to be. The words came out right the first time, the ideas arrived before I called them. The right thing to say already in my mouth before the moment asked for it. And the feeling of it, every move landing, every shot going in, is a particular kind of beat alive that you can't manufacture or plan for, that just shows up on certain days and runs you at a frequency you spend the rest of the time trying to remember, so you can get back there. There are days when the connection is clean between the thought and the action, between the intention and the landing, between the aim and the contact. And on those days everything costs less than it usually does. The effort's still there, but running more efficiently with less resistance, less gap between what you because checking breaks the particular spell of the on-fire day. Every move of the day clean and connected and landing exactly right. The first pass working, the call landing, the idea arriving on cue. The gap between the aim and the contact narrowed to its minimum. The whole day running at the frequency. The ordinary day is always almost that. I don't know what makes it happen, I only know it happens. The clean connection showing up on certain mornings without announcement, running you at the frequency you were built for, everything landing. And today was one of those mornings, and I ran it all the way through. Stepped outside and the air had a charge in it, a particular tension before something. The way air gets before a storm, but without the storm, just the electricity. The specific feeling of the atmosphere holding its breath and being full of it. And the charge moved into me, through the skin, through the soles of my feet, running the same particular current up the whole system. So that by the end of the first block I was conducting something that the air had put in me without asking, and I hadn't thought to refuse. Some majesties carry a charge that's separate from the weather, the particular quality of the air on certain mornings, certain streets, certain corners, where the electromagnetic particular of the place and the moment coincide, and the person walking into it catches the current the way an antenna catches signal. And the current runs the whole system at a higher frequency than the usual. The charged air doing from the outside what the on-fire morning does from the inside, filling the body with something that wasn't there before the first breath, and filling the body with something that wasn't there before the first breath. The air's particular gift on certain charged mornings to whoever walks into it. The charged morning got into me through the first block and didn't leave all day. The current from the air running the same high frequency all morning. Every task at the charge setting, every interaction at the live wire pitch, and the day running on what the outside air put in at the first breath. I can't make the air charged, it charges when it charges on its own schedule. But I can go outside early enough to catch it when it does. First block, first breath, the current already in the air and available, and the body that walks into it bringing nothing but its own willingness to conduct stayed out in the charged air longer than the plan required, walked further than the air needed, double back through the live wire block because the current was still there at the second pass, and the third, the charged morning sustaining a particular electricity through the hour, and I took as much of it as the air was offering. No waste, no half reception. The whole body turned into an antenna for the specific frequency of the morning, running on what the outside had put in, instead of generating it myself, and running on what the outside put in instead of generating it myself is the whole particular efficiency of the charged morning. God, not made. frequency. The outside air's electricity, now inside. No roll off, no discharge at the door. And the work done from the charge position at the high frequency, moving faster and easier than the uncharged version of me could have managed. Walked into the charged air and let it run the whole day at its frequency. The current caught at the first block, the antenna up, the reception full. And the day running on the outside, electricity rather than the inside effort. The charge atmosphere doing from outside what I'd have had to generate alone. I go out early on the mornings that might be electric, because you can't make the charge, you can only be there to receive it. And the body that shows up at the first block, willing to conduct, gets the whole charge morning put into it through the air. And the soul's in the first breath. There's a noise in my chest today that won't stay at a reasonable volume. Not anxiety, not the loud that needs to be quieted. The other one, the one that sounds like a band tuning up before something happens. The whole system vibrating at a frequency that means this is gonna be good. And the vibration pushing outward through the skin, the hands a step, running the body at a pitch the ordinary morning doesn't usually access. The loud inside announcing something the rest of the day hasn't been told yet. The quiet days are reliable, functional, the baseline does its work. The inside running at the agreed operating temperature, no surplus, no deficit. And the work gets done and the day gets through, and that's exactly enough of the loud days. The days when the inside won't stay at reasonable volume have a different quality to every hour, a different weight to everything. The ordinary task done with the unnecessary extra energy the loud provides. The morning wider and faster and more itself than the quiet one. And the morning wider and faster and more itself. The loud inside tuning up is the whole particular advance. Notice that the day is gonna be one of the good ones. That noise in my chest ate through the first call, the second email, the walk, not diminishing on contact with the ordinary, not quieted by the adequate. Every task receiving the full pitch of it and returning changed. A phone call that would have been routine becoming a thing both people were glad happened. An email that would have been functional becoming the thing they actually write. The loud inside transmitting through everything it touched, making the ordinary day louder than it usually dares to be. And the ordinary day louder than it usually dares to be. The noise transmitted through everything is the loud inside doing its whole generous and uncalled for work. By afternoon the chest was still running at the unreasonable volume. The band still tuning, the pitch still high, the ordinary still receiving it. And I stopped trying to understand where it came from and just let it run, because the loud inside doesn't explain itself and doesn't need to. Let the loud inside run the whole day at its own unreasonable pitch. announcing itself through the chest and the hands and the step and the days. It arrives are the days I remember, the loud ones, the full ones, the ones like today. Caught myself in a reflection mid-stride and didn't recognize the version looking back. Taller than expected, faster than usual, carrying the whole day like it weighed nothing. And the recognition arrived a second later. That's the one, that's the high version, the configuration I'm sometimes, and today apparently am again. Moving at the particular pace that the ordinary version watches and tries to remember, the one who talks to strangers without editing first takes the good seat without apologizing, and gets through the day at a speed that makes the usual pace look like a draft. The self has its settings, multiple, genuinely different, not a spectrum. And the high one isn't the ambitious performance of a managed self, not the effortful excellent, but the natural fast, the version that runs without the overhead, the particular configuration where the processing is done before you're aware it's happening, where the right answer is already in your mouth before the question's finished, where the energy is just there, unbudgeted, available, and nobody asked it to come, it just showed up today. The high version in the reflection mid-stride, and the high version in the reflection mid-stride, unplanned, arrived on its own schedule, is the whole particular gift of the day. It shows up without being summoned. The high version turned up this morning and took over the whole day's operation. Every decision made at the fast setting, every conversation at the high bandwidth, the overhead reduced to nothing, the processing already done before the task began, and the day receiving the high version's particular speed and making room. I don't know how to summon this configuration. I've tried, it doesn't take. It arrives when it arrives on its own timing, without an invitation. And when it arrives, the move is simple: get out of the way and let it run. Trust the fast version, take the good seat, walk at the mid-stride pace. Ran the whole morning at the high version speed without once having to push. The energy just there, the processing fast, the right things in my mouth before they were needed. And the people I talk to today got the high version too, which isn't always what they get. The one with the better answers, the faster pivot, the fuller attention. And I could see them noticing the difference, even if they didn't name it. The particular quality of the interaction at the high bandwidth setting, being legible even to people who've never seen the technical specifications. And legible even to people who've never seen the technical specifications. The high version announcing itself through the quality of every interaction. The high version held through the afternoon, no roll off, no return to the usual setting. And I rode it the whole way without trying to figure out how to hold hold it, because holding it requires the overhead the high version doesn't have. And the trick is not to hold it, but to run it while it's here and available. The high version showed up and I ran the whole day at its particular speed. Faster decisions, fuller attention, better answers, less overhead, the good seat taken. The day at the high bandwidth setting from the reflection it stride to the last task. The whole configuration available and I used every bit of it. The high version doesn't come when I call it. It has its own schedule entirely, but when it comes I recognize it in the reflection now. In the mid-stride pace, and I've learned to get out of its way and let it run the day from front to back, because the days it shows up are the days worth building the others toward. The peak hour started at 9 and hadn't stopped by 12, and I stopped checking, because checking takes you out of it, and the out of it is not where you wanna be. When everything's running at the peak hour rate and the tasks are coming in clean, and the clock at 12 just said still in it, still the same frequency, still peak. So I let it run and stopped counting the minutes and just stayed in the good hours. The peak that usually lasts 2 hours going 3, then 4, then past the point where I usually start the downhill back toward the ordinary. The peak hour is usually a short window. That's the deal, that's the contract. You get 2 hours, maybe 3 if you're rested and the stars align, where the work runs at the frequency it could theoretically always run at, but doesn't for all the ordinary reasons of the ordinary day. And then the window closes and the rest of the day is functional, adequate, getting through, and you manage it, and the work gets done, and that's fine, that's the usual. But today the window didn't close, just kept being open, kept being peak, and kept being peak. The window open past the usual closing time is the rare particular of the extended peak hour, and today it just kept going. Used it the whole way, no letting it idle, no coasting at the good frequency. Every peak hour tasked at the peak hour rate, nothing saved for later, because the extended peak hour doesn't come often enough to be conserved. When it shows up, you run it fully and you run it to the end. The whole wide window used from inside, every task at the best available speed. The particular alignment of the energy and the clarity and the will running together at the peak hour frequency for longer than I planned, and running together for longer than planned. The alignment sustained is the whole particular gift of the extended peak, given once, fully used. The peak closed eventually, somewhere in the mid-afternoon, quietly. The window closing the way it opens, without announcement, no ceremony. And I came down from it into the ordinary with more done than I'd planned for. The extended peak hour, having built a day that the standard window could end. The peak hour ran long today, and I used every minute of the extra. Still at frequency past the usual close, and still the clean connection still peak. The alignment that usually lasts 2 hours, going 4, going 5, going past noon, and every extended minute task at the rate the peak deserves to be tasked at. I don't know why the window stays open on certain days, I only know it does. And the only thing to do when it does is to stay inside it, working, not checking whether it's still open, not managing the window, just being fully in the peak hour for as long as the peak hour lasts. without asking. There's a version of the good day you spend your whole life preparing for, the day when everything is ready and the conditions are perfect. And the trick nobody tells you is that the conditions are perfect now, on this ordinary morning, in this exact hour. The readiness you've been waiting for was already here. It just needed you to stop looking past it, stop waiting for the perfect conditions, and use the ones right here. Full tank, clear head, the task in front of me already asking to be done. The moment not arriving later, the moment is this one, already the best available, already more than enough. I used to defer to a better morning, a cleaner start, a fuller energy, the version of today with fewer complications. And the deferral was the whole loss, because the better morning was always this one scene from the one I skipped. And the one I skipped turned out to be the one, the conditions already aligned, the moment already here. Took the moment as it was, not as I planned for, not as I prepared for, just as it arrived, right now sufficient, more than enough. This moment, these conditions, this morning, already everything. No waiting, no better version incoming, no conditions still assembling, just this right now, the full tank, the clear head, the task and the time, and the decision to use what's here while it's here. While it's here. Notice the pace had lifted without me choosing to lift it. Stride longer, breath fuller, the block behind me, before I check the time and the speed still climbing. Not pushed, not forced, just happening. Ba, 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 da, 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 ba, 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 ba. There's a pace the body finds on the high days, not the pace you set, but the pace you discover when you stop managing and let the legs report what they actually have this particular morning. And what they have this morning is more than yesterday, more than the plan asked for. clean cut. Second meeting, same thing. The right angle obvious. The room still working through it when the answer was already at my end. Clear and clean and sharper than the room expected. Sharper than the room expected. The edge running ahead. The thinking pre-done. The morning at full blade. Still sharp at noon, the edge not rounding. The cuts still clean, the angle still arriving. Before the questions had time to fall. Sharp all day, every cut clean, every answer already there. Fast angle, clean line, the answer pre-arrived. The problem already solved, on the way to the desk. The thinking at the full blade. Still sharp, still cutting, still clean. Ran out of tasks before I ran out of engine. List finished, inbox clear. The energy still full, with nowhere left to spend it. Spilling out the sides into the afternoon. Looking for something worth the surplus. Most days the energy and the list end at the same time. A balanced equation spent against the work. Nothing left at the close. The tank matching the demand exactly. But today the tank outlasted the list. The overflow looking for a second destination. Brought something extra, sent a message I've been holding. Called the person I've been meaning to call. Then went for a walk that wasn't on the plan. All of it surplus. All of it the overflow finding use. And the overflow finding use. The surplus spending into the unplanned is the best kind of afternoon. The full tank morning makes possible. Still running at 6, the list long done. The overflow still spending into a conversation, into a new idea, into the evening with energy left. The day ended with tank still reading and the overflow still going. List finished, engine full, the surplus spending into every unplanned good thing. The afternoon offered, still overflowing, still looking for the next place to put the extra. Still full, still full. The phone lit up with the bad. The good news multiplying each time it was shared. The yes arrived on a Tuesday and the whole week changed tone. Phone lit, yes confirmed. The ordinary morning upgraded by the thing I'd worked for finally arriving. Still the Tuesday, still the kitchen. Same world, better in it. Decided mid-stride to stop holding anything back. Arms open, pace up every available thing. Released into the morning that held in reserve. Uncorked it once, and the surplus freed. Changed the whole texture of the block. There's a version of the effort that keeps something back. A private reserve against the cost of full. The managed commitment that doesn't quite give the morning everything it could have and everything it could have. The full release, nothing held is the version of the morning the reserve had been keeping you from. The full release felt immediately different. The stride opening, the arms freer, the breathing deeper than the managed version had ever been willing to let it go. And deeper than the managed version never let it. The full commitment running without the held back, making it smaller.